Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to the S-cast, if that's what we're calling it.
Don't know if I want to call it that. That's too close to scat for my taste. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay,
Okay, because
maybe we call it
Okay,
the Smash League Direct.
that works.
I like that. I like that better.
Okay, so hello, welcome to the Smash League Direct. I'm Snuffy Sam, and I'm here with Jack
I
and Malachi.
Howdy.
So yeah, I suppose tonight we'll discuss some of the things for the playoffs, some of the things for how the league is going to move in the future, some things for testing. So it's going to be an interesting time.
yeah.
Cool.
So I guess we can start off with over the results of the currency poll that was put out.
Yes, that poll for currency and the boosts, I suppose. So it's decided that there will be a currency, which we're going to be calling coins for season two onwards.
What, no Zenny in this league?
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured it made more sense for this
Fair.
video game world
Yeah,
colliding.
coins are
Coins.
pretty. I mean, they're Mario. Coins.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's what Smash uses. I mean, I guess they use SP as well, but like Smash does have
true.
coins in it.
Well, we'll just have
Yeah.
to figure out currency conversion system at some.
Yeah. Anyway, so the important thing is the amount of coins you get is based off of your main season performance, and the formula is the number of coins you have is the number of losses you got in the main season times 3 plus 2, or I guess 35 minus 3 times the wins because they're both the same number. But the first one seems easier to me.
So, like, can we use, say, team
Oh, I have them
Beefcakes
listed.
as
I
an
have them
example?
listed out. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, but so like
Yes.
Beefcakes
I
had
mean, I
what
don't
was
think we
it?
should.
Two, yeah, but like Beefcakes had 2 losses, right? And
Woo!
so did Third Wheels. so 2 times 3, that's 6, plus 2, that's 8. So yeah, so the coins that will be available to each team, Beefcakes and Third Wheels each have 8. Classic Mode Champions will have 14. Super Bash Sisters will have 17, as will Pint Size and Dead Eyes. Mystic will have 20. Villains, Musketeers, and Athletes will have 23. And Retro and Pokemon Masters will have 26.
Awesome.
Yep.
And this will be posted in Discord, obviously, when this video
Nice.
goes up.
I just want to point out, top two teams both lost to me. So
Yeah, so they better watch out.
I'd like to point out my team is tied for the most coins going into the next season, so everybody better watch out.
woohoo!
Yeah. So these coins can be offered up during trades. So for example, if Mystic wants to trade Bayonetta for Palutena, which is Bayonetta. I mean, maybe in the off season she'll get better, but so far not a great character.
Right now she's bad.
Yeah.
Right now she's very bad.
Right now
All
she's
right,
very,
let's
very
not
bad.
mince words.
Yes. And versus Palutena, who is, I mean, not the strongest character on Super Bash Sisters, but certainly a strong character. Mystic could offer Super Bash Sisters a bunch of their coins along with Bayonetta to sweeten the deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another thing being considered is that coins could also be offered during the ad drop period as an incentive for teams to drop certain characters. For instance, Pokemon could offer coins to Beefcakes to drop Incineroar, assuming there's some. I mean, I guess they could offer even if there isn't anyone for Beefcakes to pick up, but there wouldn't be any point.
Yeah.
This is a little more tentative because it'll depend on exactly how the draft is structured, which we'll sort of be working out in the coming weeks and months. But yeah, that's something else that we're looking into.
All right. And what else can coins be used on?
Well, glad you asked. During the main season, coins can be spent at Funky's Shack to give your team an edge in matches.
Beautiful.
That's what
All
we're
right.
calling
Yeah.
it.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Really, anything is made
consider,
better.
Yeah, I considered a Beetle from Zelda, but I decided no, it's
Shock.
funky. It's funky.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Listen, we got to add some funky mode into this league.
Exactly. Exactly. This is the funky
yeah.
mode for the league. So
Yeah.
here are the items available. So there's reusing a 1 point support for 3 coins. Essentially, like if you have like say Golgan. Golgan is boosts the damage of weapons. Some teams have a lot of characters that use weapons, like musketeers or something. So you could purchase this, and then you could put Golgan on 2 characters. And yeah, so this one, this you could purchase multiple times in a single week. So you could get like a full team full of Golgans, or like use the same thing on like get 2 pairs of different 1 point spirits. But like this one, you can reuse in the same week.
Coco.
So then the next one is a specific map counter. So essentially, if you predict your opposing team is going to use a temple, for instance, as their primary map, you can spend 3 coins and say, I predict they're going to use temple. And then if they do, then they are forced to their secondary map.
Nice.
Okay. So,
All right.
so basically, you spend coins to make a map unavailable for the week.
Yeah, essentially. You spend coins to make a specific map unavailable. So obviously that one can't be used multiple times in a week because it wouldn't make sense. Well, actually, I guess it could. I guess could guess on multiple maps. So maybe that's a good point. Anyway. So,
I mean, but the question then becomes: do you want to spend 6 coins just to get someone off their map?
We'll leave that up to
no, but
the members of the league.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
So
remember, it's use it or lose it.
Yeah. So yeah, because that's another thing. Your coins won't roll over between seasons, so you have to spend them anyway. So there's a reusing style spirit. Just like I want a strategist style on 2 characters. That's the thing you can do. This can also be purchased multiple times in a single week, either multiple copies of the same style or a variety of styles duplicated. Now this one, it's either 3 or 4 coins depending on the style, because some styles are more useful to more characters than others, is the way of putting it. So Overthrow, Runner, Gravity, Ninja, Lightweight, Air, Land, and Equipment style are all 3 coins. Tank, Strategist, Boulder, Big B, Forgetful, Brick Wall, and Demon style are all 4 coins.
Okay.
Next, for 5 coins, you can bench a character 2 weeks in a row. I guess, how much would it cost to bench the same character the whole season? Kind of a lot, but if you want to...
65 or 50, about 55. Yeah.
Which is more coins than
anyone has.
Yeah. So it would be tough. But well, I mean, you wouldn't have to spend it the first week.
Fair. Sure. So 50.
So it's 50.
Yes.
So
you should probably get that. So you should probably get your character working a little bit. But like, if you have like 2 tough matchups in a row, for instance, then maybe you can spend on this. The next is reuse a 2-point support spirit. So same as the 1-point support, same as the style spirit. This is 6 coins. Now, 2 things. One, you can't purchase this multiple times in a week. So if you buy 2 Ashleys, you can't like go and buy a second polar bear or buy a 3rd Ashley. You can't do that. You can only use this once a week.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could get a little silly. And also, Meloetta is not available for this boost.
Okay.
I was about to make a joke about that.
Yes. So next is a generic map counter for 7 coins. This is no matter what your opponent's primary map is, you can spend 7 coins and they're on their secondary map. So it's a little riskier because if they predict you're going to do that, they could just sort of put their primary map in their secondary map. But because most teams won't do that because that's also a risk for them. It's worth more than the specific one. Yeah.
Let's face it. The only team that's going to be relevant to is Beefcakes and Flat Zone X.
Well,
So
maybe not.
you know,
Then anything that has ledges.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
So-
my team, and if they're trying to stop us from playing those good Sonic songs.
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, Green Hill Zone is also in the game. You might not want it, but because it's a walk-off map.
I do not want it. I do not want it.
But it's in the game.
But listen, if my team is not on
Windy.
Windy Hill Zone, they will get demoralized. Okay.
So next is hire a mercenary for 7 to 9 coins. So you can there are characters. Unless we somehow add more teams, there will always be characters who can't make it into the league one season. So this lets you hire those characters in and sort of use them for a week. It's 7 to 9 coins. The specific costs per character obviously can't be determined now. They can only be determined after base roster changes for next season. And also, you can only get 1 mercenary a week because that would be a little silly if your entire team was not your team. And the final one is reuse a 3-point support spirit. And that is 12 coins. So that is a lot. A lot. Quite a few teams can't use that at all. Some teams can't use that very often if they can use it.
Yep.
But you can have 2 gold Marios. You can't. I wrote here you can't purchase that multiple times in a week, folks. You probably can't purchase that too many times a season. So, but yeah, you also can't purchase it multiple times a week.
yeah.
I guess if you get to week 11 with a one.
Once a season.
Yeah. So some other things.
Save it for the important ones.
Yeah. So some other things. Boosts are your coins are gone at the end of the main season. They reset. You can't use boosts during the playoffs. Teams are allowed to use the same boost multiple weeks in a row, and there aren't any limits on the number of boosts purchasable in a single week, just besides the amount of money you have.
Okay.
And also during the main season, teams will accumulate 1 coin per week win and 2 coins per loss.
Okay, so you will be regaining coins throughout the season.
Yeah, so if you do way worse next season than you did this season, then you can recover a bit towards the end of the season. Obviously, you won't earn coins for week 11 because there will be no point. And yeah, that's it for the Funky's Shack.
Yeah. So moving on, let's probably go to the next. Tell us about the next most popular topic: testing.
Yes.
No,
so,
I'm interested in this.
Yes. So testing is going to be starting soon. Each week, the teams that are in testing, so that's currently just Retro and Pokemon Masters, but eventually every team will be in testing because the season will be over. So each team that's in testing will request a test in their private team thread. So the same way you'd submit lineups in a normal week. So every Thursday, well, I mean not every Thursday because it's not guaranteed you'll get your test done that week. But anyway, at Thursday, all the tests will be put into a queue, and you can't request a new test if you have an incomplete test in the queue. If your test was completed incorrectly, you can request a redo along with your new test request. So during the playoffs, since I'm kind of the only one who can do tests right now, I can't I don't want to give myself too much with the streaming and doing tests. So during the playoffs, at most 4 tests will be done per week, and then once the season ends, they'll be bumped up to 6 per week. So these are the types of tests that can be requested. Once again, this will be posted to the Discord after the video goes live. So there will be 3 best of 3 1v1s, 1 stock each, 2 best of 5 1v1s, 1 stock each, 1 best of 9 1v1, 1 stock each. That's if you really want to buckle down and test one character's build, I guess, in one matchup. 2 best of 1 3v3s in Squad Strike, 1 best of 3 3v3 in Squad Strike, and 1 best of 1 5v5. So
Okay.
you can choose any legal stage and whether or not to have a stage morph on. So if you want to test like how your team does in stage morph, maybe like you want to see how they handle going from small stages to big stages or something, then you can do that. So you can't test against any characters that are not yet eliminated. For example, Retro wouldn't be able to test against, say, Peach, even though she's on their master list, and you might want to try and trade for her next season or something.
That'll be an
Retro,
easy
but
trade.
like, yeah, y'all wouldn't be able to test against her until Super Bash Sisters is out.
Until Super Bash Sisters are out of the playoffs.
Yeah, out of the playoffs, or the season ends, but they'll be out of the playoffs if the season ends. 'Cause
I
that's
mean,
how it works.
they're gonna get out of the playoffs one way or the other.
Yeah, either by
they
winning
win
or
it all they
losing.
lose. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Yep.
so I think all free agents, fighters who are not currently on a team, can be tested against by any team. So for
Nice.
So I
example,
can start testing against Dr. Mario already.
well, yeah. For example, like
Or
you
with.
can you can test with or against Dr. Mario. Like for example, Pokemon Masters can test against Terry, even though he's not on their master list and he's like not on any team. But once the base roster changes pass, you will no longer be able to test against FAs, because they don't want to give teams time to test out hire a mercenary. That seems weird. So
Yep.
So the current free agents are as follows: Dark Samus, Dr. Mario, Chrom, Diddy Kong, Toon Link, Banjo and Kazooie, and Terry. And presumably there will be more free agents added as the off season and the playoffs go on, because there will be at least one new one before February. So anyway, so an important thing is that tests will all be done on the Season 2 rules. Even now in the playoffs, Retro and Pokemon Masters and whoever else gets eliminated before the championship match, all the tests will be done using the new Season 2 rules. So that way you're not really like wasting time. Yeah?
And what would those Season 2 rules be?
I'm glad you asked.
That was a very, very natural transition. I want to be praised for that transition.
This is a good transition, Jack.
It was very natural.
Yes. So remember, those of you who are still in the playoffs, this doesn't affect you in the playoffs. So so like these rules only affect testing for now, and then like they'll go into actual effect in season 2. In the playoffs, you're still using season 1 rules. So first change, scrolling stages, Mushrooming Kingdom, 3D Land, Dreamland Game Boy, and Pac-Land will be banned from selection in a normal form. Granted, nobody really selected them in the first place. But
I'm gonna be honest. I legitimately forgot that those were legal stages right now. I thought they were illegal already.
I will tell you, Beefcakes did have I will tell you that Beefcakes did have a Dreamland Game Boy as their backup stage like a couple weeks, not every week, but like a few. But like it never ended up getting used. Anyway, the scrolling stages kind of just put matches up to a coin flip. It's just whoever trips, whoever bumps up against a wall dies. So
yeah.
So we're taking away that possibility. You'll still be able to select the stages in Omega and Battlefield form, So if you're really craving for that Pac-Land aesthetic, you can
know
still get it.
Pac-Land is my favorite stage.
Yeah. So next change is Flat Zone X will be banned from selection in normal form.
Woo!
Yeah, it just
Okay.
makes too many characters and types of builds non-viable, and again, it often leaves matches up to like coin flips. Whoever gets the first strong hit knocks out their opponent. So, I mean, the difference is that some characters happen to have more strong moves than others, but. So yeah, and
but
again, Flat Zone X will still be selectable in Omega and Battlefield form.
that one you may actually like the aesthetic of in that case.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. And just a reminder that again, these only go in effect in season 2. So if Beefcakes want to select Flat Zone X all the way to the championship match, they can do so. Next change, Celebi, gone. Not
Thank God.
Yeah, you cannot use it. Not allowed. Celebi will no longer be available as a support spirit. It just too many characters were just completely unusable with it, and it leads to stuff like Sonic versus Game and Watch or Sonic
No,
versus
we don't.
Mega Man.
No, don't talk about that cursed match.
Wait, oh no, this is bad. I have to start figuring out an actual Game & Watch build, you guys.
Well, you have time, so
Yes,
in fact,
there is time.
yeah. And Pokemon Masters will have to figure out a different build for a Pokemon Trainer. I think it'll be like too crazy, too weird to do so. I think Pokemon Trainer's fine.
Pokemon
but-
Trainer is a good character.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Anyway, so next is Meloetta cannot be used by Peach or Daisy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did some testing, and like Peach with Meloetta isn't as strong as Peach with Celebi, of course, but like she's as strong as other characters with Celebi. Like Meloetta on
Yeah,
Peach
I mean, I
is like
guess-
Celebi on any other character, just because
I
like,
guess
you get-
pairing that
you get
up
like
with your
one or
final
two-
match.
yeah, you get like 1 or 2 heals in, and then it gets silly. It's not like team wipingly good, but it's like 3 or 4 characters good. So
Mhm.
and again, only in season 2. So if Super Bash Sisters want to still use Celebi on Peach throughout the playoffs, I don't think it'll be as effective because she can only go through one person at a time. But if they want to, then they can. So some additions. Geese Howard, Halberd, and Phantom Thieves of Heart will be available as support spirits. These were added later on. Phantom Thieves of Heart is a 1-point spirit that lets a fighter automatically pick up items. It leads to some funny stuff with to characters that like playing with items, like sort of like Mega Man, like Z dropping his Metal Blade. Yeah, he like drops it and then immediately catches it and drops it and catches it over and over again. It can lead to some funny stuff. Don't expect it to fix the problem of fighters throwing important items off the stage. It doesn't fix that. It would be nice if it did. It doesn't.
Yeah, well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
Give someone a build to counter healing, immediately throws the item off stage.
Yeah.
Where would we be without stupid AI?
Exactly. So Halberd is a 2-point spirit that essentially acts as another tank style. Like it boosts your offense and defense, but lowers your movement. So
Okay.
it's simple stat changes. It can. Some characters will be good with it. Some characters presumably will not. It will be fun to use. Then there's Geese Howard is a powerful 3-point spirit that essentially keeps a character's final smash meter at full for about 25 seconds when they hit 80% damage.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, like you can spam final smash. I've never seen characters do more than 2 just because of the amount of time. Like some characters aim, Some characters just don't like using it. Some characters, um, some Final Smashes pause the timer. Some don't. So
Interesting.
yeah, so
Very
it can be
interesting.
good for characters with really strong Final Smashes. However, once the effect wears off, it never activates again, and you basically have an empty build.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And of course, any other new DLC spirits released before the start of the season will be looked at as well.
Any other changes?
Final change is that the Pidgeot support spirit is being replaced with Beat. They're the same effect. It's just not Beat isn't two letters away from Pidgey. So
It just
Fair.
will be less confusing.
yeah, just to be less confusing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. Again, only goes in effect season 2. You can't use Geese Howard in the playoffs.
But it'd be so much fun to see like Link just do multiple of those sword smashes. But
But you gotta think
which
better.
Link?
It would be
Your
way
Link?
better.
my Link.
Your Link does not do
Wait.
sword slashes. Your Link has an arrow.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that changed.
Yeah.
It would be
But-
way better to see Peach and Daisy be able to put people to sleep, hit them, and then put them back to sleep again.
Yeah.
Fair.
But at least they won't be doing it. I'd rather Peach and like I tested it on them, and it's like it's better to have them get it out all at once than to have them spread out 60% healing across like minutes apart.
Oh,
Yeah.
it must be. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
all these changes sound great. But I do think we're forgetting about something in between now and season 2.
Yeah.
It might start in a week or so.
Yeah, a little bit. So so the playoffs. Playoffs are starting. Playoffs are starting next week. So the way it's going to work is that essentially each playoffs match is a series of three stock 1v1 rounds. So not in squad strike, just regular smash 1v1. 3 stocks. Each round is a different fighter on the team. Stage morph is off, and instead the map will alternate between the home and away team each round. For instance, let's say the first match of the playoffs is Mystic versus Musketeers with Mystic as the home team. So let's say Mystic goes Corrin, Shulk, Zelda, Joker, and Ness in that order, while Musketeers goes Marth, Robin, Hero, Meta Knight, Roy in that order. And additionally, let's say Mystic picked Pac-Land as their map, and Musketeers picked Big Blue. Doesn't seem likely, but let's say they did that. I may have picked these randomly. So like, round one would be Corrin versus Marth on Pac-Land. Round 2 would be Shulk versus Robin on Big Blue. Round 3 would be Zelda versus Hero on Pac-Land. And if one team won all 3 rounds, that's it. The winning team moves on to the next round. The losing team moves on to the loser's bracket. If not, we'd move on to round 4, which would be Joker versus Meta Knight on Big Blue. And then if that round gave the third win to either team, it would be the end. Otherwise, we'd move on to round 5, which would be Ness versus Roy on Pac-Land. Then the winner of this match would move on to face Beefcakes, and the loser would face either Super Bash Sisters or Deadeyes.
Nice.
So it's a double elimination tournament,
Mhm.
and each matchup is a best 3 out of 5.
Yes. So yeah, and then 7 weeks from now we'll have a champion, assuming no breaks. Which there may be. For submitting builds, the format remains the same as the main season, since you just need 5 characters in a map. Build restrictions are also the same as the main season, so can't put the same character spirit on 2 characters and such. However, you are allowed to bench the same character multiple weeks in a row. So if you have one really bad character, you could choose to keep that character benched throughout the playoffs.
Well, basically, we won't have to see Bayonetta all through the playoffs.
I mean,
Pretty much.
probably, maybe.
I mean, if it was my team, you guys wouldn't have seen Rob all through the playoffs.
Yeah. So Yeah, and I mean, I guess it can lead to some strategic things. Like, since you know what maps characters will be on, you can better sort of build them. Like, if you know it won't be on your home map, you can build for recovery better, or vice versa. And also, the fact
Hey,
that there's three stocks means you can have multiple item supports on. I mean, you could always, but it just wouldn't do anything. Now,
can now actually help you.
yeah, now it might actually help you because if you have multiple item supports on, then each stock a new item comes out.
Neat.
Yeah.
So, and what does this all culminate to?
So this all leads to the championship matches. So the championship goes back to Squad Strike 5v5. The grand finals will take place on Final Destination, morphing between normal and battlefield form. The finals will be a best of 3 match. So yeah, so it'll be like round 1 of like Team A versus Team B, and then like we'll do round 2, and then if there's not a winner yet, we'll do round 3. And
Sweet.
to make the championship stream a bit more interesting and to pad out the time, there will also be special events for every team to participate in. So these are the events that I've been planning. So first, there's the Kaiju League, is what I'm calling it, which is a 2v2 tournament in Special Smash where everyone is very big and very slow. And
Nice.
all the matches are on the big stages
Love
that you don't normally get to see, like Newport City and Palutena's Temple, for
I
instance.
feel like Newport City is very appropriate.
Yeah. So next one is called King of Smash, which is a 3v3 Squad Strike single elimination tournament in Stamina mode on the King of Fighters stage. So it just essentially normal fighting game mode. So
Okay. I like it.
The next one is called the Mosh Pit, where each team sends one fighter to participate in a series of 6-player matches on big battlefield, with certain items turned on high.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be
not saying which items.
chaotic.
I'm not saying which items. That'll ruin the surprise.
Turns out it's all Pokeballs. And nothing
all
but
Master
Pokeballs.
Balls, you coward.
All right. So and the last one that I've been planning is called Triple Threat. So each team is grouped up with 2 other teams for a series of 3v1 matches against a trio of amiibo. So like 3 people face the first amiibo, then there's the second match, assuming you win, 3 people against the second amiibo, and then 3 people versus the third amiibo. Except twist is that if one of your fighters gets KO'd against one of the amiibo, that fighter does not get to participate in the remaining rounds. So
Oh no.
if you can make it through the first 2 rounds with all 3 of your fighters, you'll have a easier time facing the third fighter than if you have just one guy remaining. Keep in mind, these are level 50 amiibo, highest level.
Oh boy. So basically, we're just going to get to watch the amiibos like slaughter the
Well,
regular CPUs.
maybe. So that's a lot of events, and if all of them were in the championship match, it would be a long stream. So the plan is instead to have 2 of those events during the championship stream, and the other 2 spaced out through the off season to keep the league active a bit more. So you're not
Keep
just
our
Cool.
keep our appetites wet.
yes.
Wetted. What's the
Anything
wording?
else we doing during the off season?
So one other note is that there will be a poll up after this video goes live asking which events you'd like to see in the championship matches and which you'd like to see in the off season.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, after the championship match, off season. The plan is to have 14 weeks of off season testing before the base roster changes, and then 7 weeks of testing after the base roster changes, and then maybe a preseason. I'm not entirely sure if we need one, but I guess maybe a preseason, and then season 2 will start.
Neat.
Yeah, I guess we can play that part. a little bit by ear as of right now. I'm
Yes.
sure we'll come to a
Yeah.
full decision on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So currently the idea is that so like there'll be 14 weeks of testing, and then there'll be trades, and then adding and dropping. So the idea is that each trade would involve a little bit of time where teams can discuss with each other what trades they would like to make in a special chat, and then teams would officially propose their trades in their team chats, and then they would officially accept the trades that were proposed to them in their team chats. So
Yeah.
We gonna be busy. That's
Yeah.
all I hear.
yeah, and for adding and dropping, the current idea to keep it from lasting too long because it's gotta be like a draft style where like each team goes one at a time in order, and it's also got to be multiple rounds, so that could be a really long time sink. So the current idea is that each team would submit what changes they want to make in their team chats, plus any contingency plans in case the character they want is taken. And then each round, I'll go through all the teams bottom to top and make the base roster swaps. And then we'll do a
Okay.
few rounds of that. It's not really decided whether it would be like trades first and then swaps, or swaps first and then trades, or maybe trades before and after the swaps. So that might be something to discuss as a league as we move forward, because
Yep.
there's advantages and disadvantages to all those approaches.
Bright
but-
side, we have plenty of time.
Yes, we do. We're not even at the end of the season yet, so we definitely have time to talk about this. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that's everything. I mean, is there anything else you think there should be clarification on?
Not that I can
Uh,
think of. I'm sure we'll have plenty of questions to start clarifying in the coming days.
Yeah. And I mean, just about everything will be posted in the Discord as well, correct?
Yeah. All this information
Yeah.
will be posted in the Discord when this video goes live.
So, that will, I personally sometimes find it hard to follow certain things when they're just over speech, and find it a bit easier to see them written out. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that will also, people being able to read some of these things, that will help hopefully there isn't any confusion, but if there is any, hopefully just seeing it written out will help people with it. And if not, like Mal said, we can just, answer the questions.
Yep.
So yeah. So I guess this is it. So see you all. So this coming Thursday is going to be when the builds are due for the first playoffs week. The teams participating in it are Mystic, Musketeers, Villains, Athletes, Classic Mode Champions, Pint Size, Super Bash Sisters, and Deadeyes. And additionally, Retro and Pokemon Masters should have their first test posted in their team chat by that point. So Thursday, this coming Thursday.
Yeah.
And
I hope everybody who lives in America had a great Thanksgiving, because
Yes.
this is going out the day after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted
So
to put that in.
yep. So see you all.
Yep.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.